There he goes. There you go.
There it is. Uh,
Yeah. Very nice.
hey, how's it going, everybody?
John likes to just jump in.
Yeah,
I
well,
wish I had that skill.
I don't know. I mean, one of the things that I'm always just kind of screwing around with is, to take a tune that you know by ear, and then try to play the melody and the chords kind of at the same time. And it's one of those. It's for me, it's like enormously useful in terms of just learning to get around the instrument. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can do maybe one note, but you do the chord. And you're sleeping.
Yeah, that's it.
All
Yeah,
right,
and then there's
all
the
right.
classic ending. So all that is it's starting with G6, walking chromatically up to a C6. Right. So yeah. So it's the ending to every song that was ever written in the 1940s. So it's a good
Very
thing to know how to
handy.
do.
Very, very handy. So we could end any Christmas song
Yeah, that's right.
with that.
That's right. And from this day forward, if you're in a music store hanging out with people who are like shredding and stuff, and someone turns to you and says, "Hey, do you know how to end a song that was
Written in the 40s?
You'll be able to go, "In fact."
What key? Do you start out on the 5?
You start on the 5.
Okay.
So if you're in the key of G, you would start on the D. So.
And then you end the G like. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we have some fun times for you. Already we have fun times for you.
That's right.
This month on Guitar Club. So what's everybody's news? Anybody have anything cool? What's going on? New releases, gigs, parties?
I did a video on YouTube just today.
Right on.
Yes, actually.
Can we share it?
Yeah,
Can we share it on our...
Can we play it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. You want to tell us about it? Or
Yeah,
should
so it
you
was
wanna-
the audition piece I used for when I did my audition for Berkeley.
Aha, very smart.
Thank you. And then yeah, I wanted to finally record it, so I did that. So let me see if I can find it.
Okay, well, you share it from your computer then.
No, it's if you can do it.
I got it. Here it is. It should be.
Don't forget to share your computer audio.
Well, am I sending the link or am I just sharing?
Oh,
out my
yeah,
screen?
send the
Send the
link.
link.
Send the
We
link.
can get it from here.
Send it in the
Okay,
chat.
we'll do that.
Original stuff for musicians on.
Well, I think that unless I did the wrong one. Oh, maybe not. There it is. Okay, ignore that link for a second.
Okay, we'll do number 2.
Yeah,
Link
second one.
number 2.
There you go. That's the one.
All right.
And for
Get it
and for
queued up
those
here.
for those of you that don't know Zach auditioned for Berkeley 2 weeks ago.
No, like I think probably about a month now.
Okay,
Already
but
a
a month
month?
ago.
Yeah.
Came up to Boston from Florida, did his audition. I
Nailed
heard,
it.
yeah, I didn't hear the audition, but I heard a lot of his prep, and I would be, I don't want to jinx it, but I will say that I'm optimistic,
Thank
just
you.
to
I
say the
appreciate it.
least.
Yeah. All right, let me share here.
Now, what I love about this is that he plays the tune. It's a Steve Vai tune called "The Crying Machine," and
Love it.
he's like pretty true to the melody, but he's definitely got his own spin. That I think is really cool.
All right. Let's give
Great
it.
choice
I've
of
seen, yeah,
great choice of tune as well.
yeah, yeah.
Love that.
Thank you. Yeah. John recommended that one, and I was like, absolutely.
I'm going to subscribe to you right now.
Yeah.
All
Yay,
right.
thank you.
Here we go. I'm going to listen. Nice. You had to fix up the last little bit, right? Beautiful.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love your
yeah.
kitty too.
There you go. Yeah. That was
cat.
like the most commented thing in all the video. Was just everyone's like, yeah, the cat. I'm like, yeah.
He was so chill
Well,
for all of it.
That's funny because I didn't. All of a sudden, I looked and I was like, "Is that a cat paw?"
Yeah.
They're like kind of going, "Dude, that
When I
was
was-
killer." It
Thank
sounds
you.
like if Steve Vai was a blues guitar player.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Zach. That was excellent.
Thank you.
And I actually really like not only how clean your playing is, but I noticed when you started playing up high, switched to the neck pickup, like very good attention to detail on like tone as well.
Hold on 1 second. I think I just lost audio. Crap. Right in the middle of getting a compliment. Dang it.
All right.
All right, say that again.
If you got
All right, say
audio
it
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it might be on my side because I've been having trouble with my interface. No, I was just gonna say I really liked how clean the playing was,
Thank you.
and I really liked your attention to detail on tone because I noticed when you went up high on the neck, you went to the neck pickup. Very much
Yeah,
a Steve
thank you.
Morse, very much a Steve Morse move. I saw you do that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's paying attention to the tone.
Yeah, yeah,
really
it
like
definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like that made like the world of difference when I was recording it. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you for picking up on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and in particular, some of my favorite things about it is that, like right from the get-go, you're like kind of all in, did a really good job sort of like serving the melody, and I've heard a couple of, I was working with a well-known artist one time who was telling me that he has played with a few musicians that know his music, and one of his biggest complaints was that too many people tried to play his music so note for note that it kind of loses the spirit, right?
Right.
And that's really, like I thought you walked a really good line. Like, you could tell, it's clearly Steve Vai's tune, but your take on it like isn't the same at all, but in the best ways possible. So,
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I really
know,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Thank you.
I also, one little thing that he did in that solo that I wanted to point out, when it gets to the solo sections, first it goes to C sharp Dorian, then it goes to G sharp Dorian, then it goes, I think it goes to E Lydian first. And
E
then
Lydian.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, one of the things he did that he did during the solo that was really kind of cool was that when the key changed, like from C sharp to G sharp, he was playing in G sharp Dorian a couple of beats before the band actually got to G sharp Dorian.
Yeah,
which
that's
was
a John Finn thing.
Yeah, it's something I like to do. It's something I like to do, but
Always
I
one
know,
of the best.
but for me, it was sort of like, oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like it was a smooth transition and it fit perfectly. And yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of those things when I first took lessons with you. I think that was one of the things you talked about is you like to point out that change before it actually happens a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I did, yeah, it just felt so smooth. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Go, you're
Nice,
welcome.
nice job.
Yeah, very cool.
Anybody else? What's going on? Any new videos?
Well, I've been trying to post like a video a week, so I got to come up with something for this week.
Okay.
Good.
Just
What
to kinda
are you
keep-
posting videos on?
Well, I'm trying to do more to YouTube. I have been kind of doing it across like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. No, but what I mean is that like, what kind of videos are you posting? Are you doing playthroughs or?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, the first couple so far have just been solos. Like I did the Beat It solo and
Oh, right.
and then there was like an original one that I had. They're kind of old. They're a little older videos, but I just posted them up because I
That's
haven't
okay.
posted them there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get the YouTube rolling a little more, just to.
Good, good.
I figure if I put more, maybe start with more covers and then and then do some original stuff, and then maybe do some lesson stuff, kind of get it,
Yes.
steer it that way. So just to drum up some
John
interest.
heard some interesting stats about YouTube.
Yeah. So there was, if you haven't seen it, there was a video. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's whoever muted. Thank you. So there was an interesting video that Rick Beato did, where he was talking about the idea that for the first time, more people in the world are watching streaming devices than they are television. Which
Streaming
was
apps.
streaming apps.
Roku.
Roku,
Apple TV.
yeah, things like that. So, fewer and few, like the ratio between streamed devices versus live television, the streaming has now creeped up to some more like 60%, I think, of the people are watching streaming devices, and out of that category, more than, I think, 70% of that is people watching YouTube, which is something I didn't know. Because
So if you're watching us on YouTube,
yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you, and you're right.
Join the fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, come with the cool kids.
We are cool.
But
But the more guitar stuff we put out there, the better, right? Let's do a guitar
Absolutely.
wave.
yeah, exactly. And one of the things I think about, and I don't know if this is even relevant. I am certainly not. Julie's been way more successful on YouTube than I have been. And
I think it's luck.
well,
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I mean, like if you've seen, she did a video on the solo to Comfortably Numb, and the way that she did it was, she kind of like maybe the first minute and a half of it, she plays note for note, and then for the rest of it, she kind of goes off into her own thing. So somebody that loves that tune, you're gonna hear the solo. But then she kind of, like, after a while, she starts introducing kind of her own thing into it. And that, how many, so is it up to 2 million yet?
Oh, no. Let me take a look.
Yeah, so anyway, millions of views, which is amazing.
Let's
And-
see.
And I think for me, the highest number of videos I have on one video is an early demo of a tune that I did called Outdrive. And I think it has like 30,000.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry,
1.1 million.
1.1 billion, yeah.
That's pretty good. Other ones have got way more though.
The thing is, you just need enough. You don't, if you figure you got the whole world basically to
Yeah,
look at your stuff, it's like, if I get, enough people to make it, start to monetize it, then
Well, definitely, I missed the boat in the beginning because it started taking off, and if I had leveraged it and realized what was happening, I didn't monetize. I probably got an email that suggested it, but it wasn't at the time. It was 11 years ago, so I guess I didn't really know that you could actually be a content creator. I was just putting these videos out, and then it was probably like it had gotten 500,000 views, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I could monetize. And then other people were watching all my other videos, and if I had just put out videos, I could have been, I don't know, who knows?
yeah, but
A
we're doing
real
that.
content
Yeah,
creator.
but we're doing that now.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the right way to go about it when you're starting to make videos and everything like that. Like, not for the monetization, but to just enjoy it. Because like
Yeah.
that was the thing for me when I made that video. Like, I'm really happy with already just the people that have watched it so far, but it's for me. Like, I enjoyed that I got to do that solo, record it, and put it out there because that was
Yeah.
a big accomplishment for myself.
Yes.
So I think if you're going in with the mindset that like this is me kind of like recording and marking my own milestones and getting to do those things, I think that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it is, but if you want to make a go at it and make it your life, then you kind of have to look at the trends and you have to see, what do I want to cater to what people want, or do I just want to keep doing what I want to do? There's so many things to ponder. And if you have one successful video, like this is my most successful video, and I mean, none of the other ones are really close
Yeah.
when I think about it. But I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy.
Yeah. So for me, one of the things I've been thinking about is how do I set myself up so that I'm able to make a bunch of videos. Because I've heard a few people talk about this. You can do a really ambitious video. If you're willing to spend the time doing the setup, practicing, and doing all the recording, and then doing all the angles, and then you spend a month editing, and then a month later you've got, because I did a bunch of those, those videos where I spent a lot of time in production trying to get it like to be just
Yeah.
right when it went out, and I was proud of the way that it went out, and then like 12 people saw it,
Right.
so
And then you put one up on your phone.
yeah,
Just
then.
record with your phone, and
Yeah.
then it gets thousands.
Yeah, and I did a couple in my office that got like 2,000 views like overnight.
Right.
And it occurred to me, that what I need to do is to find a way to make quality videos in a way that doesn't take me forever to put it together.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you don't want to spend all your time just making videos.
yeah,
The videos you've
so-
been making recently of you doing like the covers for songs so far, like they're good quality, and like that's just you recording it while you're listening or playing it while you're listening to it, right? And then just send it out.
yeah. So okay, so what I do to create those is I have OBS and Logic running simultaneously. Okay, so I have a fairly nice camera that's pointed at me. It's a GoPro, and that's recording into OBS, and then I have the backing track loaded into Logic, and then I actually have a like under my feet I've got a tube amp set up that runs a speaker cabinet up to upstairs to a couple of microphones that are mic'd up. So it's not modeling; it's an actual mic'd up amp, which I'm finding makes a huge difference in tone. But the big disadvantage there is that I can't do it at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to piss off the neighbors in a big way. But like that process ends up being not that much work to put it together. Like I record the video and audio together,
It's live.
then I mix the audio, and then bring it all into iMovie, line it up, and then render it and put it up.
You do when you do your office at Berkeley, you use your AirPods.
Yeah. So when I do it in my office at Berkeley, I've got my laptop hooked up to my AirPods, and the AirPods are playing the backing track, and then I'm just using the phone to capture the audio of my guitar.
Right.
So
Or you can have it separate a little
yeah.
bit.
So then I bring so when you watch the phone video, all you hear is the guitar. Which means that I can mix the backing track back into that.
Yeah, and have a little more control over the
Yeah.
levels. Look who's here. Alan's back.
And then
Cool.
there's Alan Robinson. Hi, Alan Robinson.
He's not connected yet. There he is. He's connected now.
So yeah,
John
there he
says
is.
maybe make your videos a little longer, John. Just a suggestion.
Oh, okay. Who says it? Oh,
John P is with us on
oh,
YouTube. Hi,
Oh, nice.
Alan.
Okay.
Welcome. Welcome back. We're talking about YouTube videos. Zach showed us his video that he put together of the crying game.
yeah, that's
For-
right.
He played that piece for his Berkeley audition just recently.
Yeah.
And he made a video of it. Very cool.
And we were talking about, and also I was talking to Zach earlier, and he's still working on his Two Monkeys Jump Back video.
Oh, right. Anybody else getting that in?
Yeah,
We got one from Alan.
We got one from Alan. Alan's
Liam?
is killing.
I don't know about killing, but
It's killing.
It's pretty good. I loved it.
Yeah,
Dustin?
Yeah, I'm going to get that.
Okay.
There's just so much. Like I said, life is just a
Yeah, and you're
kind of
putting out a
nightmare
video.
lately. So
Oh, no.
it'll get there. It's getting better, but it's still just every day is. There's like 50,000 things to do, and so
course.
just trying to get a video out is. Because I've got people at work that are like, you need to put a video out every week. Just do it.
Yes.
shut up and do it. I'm like, okay. So I'm
So I'm
trying to do that.
Oh,
Well, two monkeys can be your video.
Yeah, I'm gonna work. I was actually just kind of playing around with that a little bit earlier. So
Okay, right on. I can't wait to
And
see what you choose next.
and I'm right there with Liam. It's on my to-do list of 50,000 things
yeah.
to do, but it's there.
And
I've
we have the holidays.
been working on one take on it, and I'm not quite happy with where it's at yet, but
Okay.
you'll see it when I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Right on.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Cool. Well, if you're at all like me, then that will be almost never.
Because we just keep trying.
I was just talking about that with you earlier, John, just about
Yeah.
like how many takes it takes to get it right, and the answer is like just about infinite. But for me, like I think it usually is about the first couple takes. Like if it's something that I'm covering or anything like that, the first one or two takes is probably the best that I'm ever gonna get, because anything else I'll start nitpicking more and more and more, and then it'll just never get done. So like with that, I plan on probably going through it a couple times, and then that'll be it for me. And then I just record it, because I don't want to, spend hours on it and then get into that deep hole.
That's what happens to me though. I put out these little Christmas songs and they seem like they're kind of easy, but you should see, like, if I look through my camera roll, I'm like, I had a green dress on for this one and it's all just the green dress. And even last year I tried to do the Oh Holy Night. It was
But-
too stressful. John was in the hospital and I just finally had to bail on it. So sometimes you have to do that. But, the world-renowned classical guitarist Christopher Parkening, he says you should never play a piece live until you've been playing it for a year. But if I look at my own life, like it's like, oh, the cover band's like, oh, we're gonna do this song next week. So how long do we have to do it? A week. And then I procrastinate and I wait a couple days and then it's like, oh no. And now I'm like, I want to do these Christmas songs and they're kind of hard and I'm just going to do it in one day. So my strategy is to learn it, then turn the camera on, because you never know if you're going to get a good take. So it might take an hour, it might take 3 takes. I can't think of any time I've just done 3 takes of a tune. John can do that.
Sometimes.
In fact, with Shimmer and Glow, you just played it 1 take and it was perfect. And I did 147, right?
Well, it kind
I
of
don't know
goes
if
back
you saw that.
Zach and I were actually talking about this very thing earlier. He was like, because his point is well made that the first couple of takes is when you've got the fire, you're inspired,
That's
you're
true. It's
excited
fresh.
about it.
Probably the most feeling.
And for me, I tend to be kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes, I think my worst quality as a musician is I'll get an almost perfect take, but the mistake that I'll make is not the kind of mistake that you can kind of hide behind. It's going to be that
Blah.
glaring sort of, like, you can also hear the voiceover announcer, this is a wrong note,
It just stands right out.
And, so sometimes I can get it in like a handful of takes, but in many cases, I kind of have to go through this process where, I get a couple of half decent ones and then
Sit
it'll start to
together.
sink a little bit and I'll keep practicing, it will continue to sink and continue to sink. And then there's a point where it starts to kind of come back up again. But now I'm into like take 200 or 300 by then.
Yeah. Okay,
and
good.
I
I'm not
just,
the only one.
no, definitely not.
It takes me a while if it's an improvised thing. I kind of have to think, I have to piece things together and cobble them together a little bit.
What else?
You have to take John's advice from your first album. You don't take it too seriously. Like
Right.
Yeah.
See?
that Beat It video, that was 1 take. I was trying to teach a student that solo, and I was like, I don't really do any whammy bar stuff, so I was like, I don't know, I can't do all that, so I'm just gonna do my own thing. But since I had to start working on it, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna record this real quick, and that's what
It
I
just
just
came out.
did in 1 shot, and just I
That's
was
amazing.
like, all right, this is cool, it works. So
Yeah, that's
if
lightning
you're
in a bottle.
thinking about it too much, then it's just gonna go
That's my
up
trouble
and down.
then, all the time.
Right.
There's got to be a secret to this social media stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't I don't like recording videos. I've been doing it, and I'm getting ready to launch a series in January.
Mhm.
And I dread it like the plague, but we're going to record the first 4 shows this weekend.
Right
Really?
on. Is a
And
podcast or?
it's going to be, I'm going to do a weekly release of a pre-recorded video of a lesson of some type.
Okay,
And
good.
then I'm going to do one monthly live show for questions and answers. And I'm always going to have a guest on. Matter of fact, I'm going to have Julie and John on because you had me on your show. So I'm going to
Oh
have
my
you
gosh,
on.
we're in.
Happy to do it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
say when and where.
But you got to come to Nashville to do it live with me.
Oh,
That would be terrible.
yeah.
We'd hate going to Nashville.
I bet.
I love Nashville.
Well, you could shack up with me right here, you know.
All
That's
right,
that sounds wonderful.
we're in.
And just so you know, John, I've got a bigger place now, so you don't have to sleep on the couch.
That was a nice couch. I was perfectly content, man. That was great.
But yeah, I don't know what the secret is, but I mean, like even I guess it was two or 3 days ago, I recorded a video to kind of announce the show because I figured if I didn't announce it, I wouldn't hold myself accountable.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
recorded the video.
Now it's
I
out
said
there
I'm
in the
gonna do
world.
it, and now I've got to do it, or I'm going to look really foolish because all my students saw it and they asked me about it today. And
Nothing like
but
accountability.
it probably took me 2 or 3 takes to do the video I did, but I don't know. I just don't like doing them. And then when I go back and watch it, I hate it anyway. So it doesn't.
Oh,
Oh, I know.
I find it gets easier. It's easier to let it go and put them out. I mean, it's good to have attention to detail and strive for good, but then I used to be so caught up in every little
Yeah.
mess up, and now I just say, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean, I think that there's definitely something to be said for just exposure. Like, just put yourself in it.
Yeah.
You
Be
know?
yourself. I think that's what people they gravitate toward.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's nice occasionally. Like, obviously, I'm the same way, where if I see a little mistake, I don't want it to be released. But I think it's nice to see when I'm watching other stuff online, when someone is human and they
Yes.
do something that I do, because then I'm like, oh yeah, like I get it. Like I've been in that exact
Right.
same position. And yeah,
Right.
no, I think I appreciate those videos a little bit more than like the 20-hour edited, like this is 20
Yeah.
million different takes and this is cut out and put here and here and here. Like I think
Yeah, I
some of
don't
those
like
realistic videos I think I appreciate a little bit more.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people are looking for in a world full of overproduced or perfectly produced videos and things like that is something human and organic. I'm a big Richie Blackmore fan, and I never forgot a quote that he said in an interview a while back. Something like he doesn't like listening to guitar players where it's absolutely perfectly on. He likes to hear someone reaching for the note, and you get the sense that they might actually miss the note. They might actually,
Walking on a wire.
they're walking on a wire, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's something human and organic about that I think people react to. To your point, Zach, I think you're absolutely right. People are looking for the organic, for lack of a better term, the human.
Well, yeah, it's the humanness. So, which kind of, when I was tracking for my last album, it's called Bull in a China Shop. There's a tune on the recording called "Putting Down the Torch," and the way it's an interesting, sort of. I learned a lot when I was tracking that. So what I did when I was putting that solo together, was I did like maybe 50, 75 takes. Out of it. And then along the way, I started realizing it's like, okay, well, I like this lick, I like this lick, I like this lick. And, and all along, I was sort of keeping all the takes that I was doing and stacking them so that, so that I could go through and sort of pick out the best moments of each take. So, hours and hours, days of doing this. And then I finally came up with, like, I realized, okay, I've got all the raw material. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to edit. And I spent like another day, like, editing up the perfect take of all the best moments from all the different, from all the different takes. And, so I got everything like perfectly lined up and perfectly edited. And then I sent it out to a friend of mine, whose judgment I trust. I said, "What do you think?" And he says, "Yeah, it's all right. I've heard you do better." You know, and I'm thinking, I just spent the last 2 weeks editing, and, then I realized after listening to it that, it's that all the life had been kind of edited out of that take. So,
Each phrase is a little bit interrupted. A
yeah,
little
no,
after, maybe.
actually, you cannot hear the edits.
No, I mean your feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're feeling something different on each take, probably,
So,
throughout.
so what I ended up doing was I learned the comp solo that I put together, and and then practiced that for another few days, and then and I think I did like 2 or 3 takes of that performance, and I think the last one that I recorded was just a continuous, and that's what's on the record.
Yeah.
So.
That's
I
the
don't
feel.
regret going through the process because it taught me what I want to play.
We can't rush these things.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I wish we could.
Yeah, and I think so that kind of that the lesson I took from that was that you kind of have to trust your process, whatever it is. And that's ever since that's been my mantra: trust the process
Put in the work.
and put in the work.
Yeah.
No, on the album that I put out in 2017, there was a tune on there called Sassy that I wrote. I think it's the second track. I don't know.
Okay.
When I wrote the tune,
Is it on Apple Music?
yeah.
Okay.
When I wrote the tune, I'd actually had surgery the week before,
Oh,
double hernia surgery. And
oh,
so I wrote the tune laying on my back on the couch. I made my wife go get my guitar from my studio and bring me up some stuff to record it, my computer and everything, laptop. And I said, "Bring this up." I said, "I got a song idea and I want to record it." And first of all, she was like, "No, you don't need to be playing guitar." And I said, "Well, I'm going to go get it if you don't." So she went and got it. So I'm laying on my back on the couch and I'm recording the riff to this tune, and then the solo. I just kind of improvised, and I really liked all the raw stuff that was coming out. So when it came time to actually go record the album, and it's a terrible production anyway, but I took several different takes on the solo, and I never could get it to where I liked it. And I went back and I took that original raw track, and that's the solo that actually ended in the recording.
Really?
so
All
can I?
one
Lay
take.
it down on your
Do you mind if I play it?
Should we play it from our
Well, yeah, I
computer?
guess go ahead.
All
You're
right.
plugged in?
Yeah. So original sound for musicians. Okay. Where's that solo?
I'm not sure how deep it is into it.
You can hear that?
Can you guys hear it? Okay.
Okay.
That's big.
Almost like I had hair. Solo's around 236.
Okay. Is this it?
Nice panning.
it.
Man,
Cool.
man, that
Terrific.
that rocks. So yeah, so you can find Alan Robinson's. The album's called Contemplation, released in 2017. Is that your latest?
Yeah, because I'm terrible at trying to record new albums.
Oh, please, please. My last one was 2010. Okay,
Okay, you win.
and I'm
You
just
win.
getting around. I'm just getting around to
Yeah,
releasing another one
sometimes
now.
you gotta just put them out when they come out.
Yeah, I am not going to judge anybody for, like I don't know how the Beatles released a new album every 3 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
John P.
yeah,
says, perfect is the enemy of good enough.
that's yeah, yeah, that's great. Uh, I've heard that put another way that was perfect. Well, actually, but the way I've always thought of it is perfection's a moving target. And the way I've always seen it is that perfection moves away from you at a faster rate than you could possibly grasp it.
You can catch up. You can
Yeah.
catch up.
So so like John P says, like what's good enough and how do you decide that?
Because one video is going to last how long? In social media, maybe 3 days.
Right.
Go on to the next one. A few missed notes are okay. Just put your heart into it. That's
Yeah.
the key.
Yeah.
So, John, to your point about that quote, perfection is, what did you say? Perfection is moving faster than you can grasp it.
Yes.
Um,
Moving away from you faster than you can
moving
grasp.
away from you from faster than you can grasp it.
Yes.
You should put together a book of John Finn Zen guitar quotes because
Oh
you're
God.
John
they just
Finnism.
fly out of you, and I love it because
Well,
I love the
thank you,
perspective.
but the vast majority of them I stole from somebody else.
Yep. Same way with all of my Zen quotes. I've stolen them from someone else. So
Yeah, but John, they weren't smart enough to publish it.
there you go.
There is the Zen guitar book. I love that book.
Oh, I love that. I
Sound
love
of
that
one
book.
hand clapping.
I love that book.
I love it.
Actually, to our overarching point of this hangout, maybe you shouldn't put out a book, but maybe you should put out a video of John Finn's Zen guitar quote of the day.
Well, I mean,
We're going to be doing a podcast soon.
yeah, we're gonna be doing a podcast too soon. So
You start off with that every episode.
yeah,
Every episode, a
Yeah.
John Finnism.
yeah,
Start every episode with John Finn's Zen guitar quote of the day.
or end it with that.
Yes.
Right.
Things to consider.
Yes, things to consider.
We have to say it in a British accent because then it will be more serious.
That's true. That's true. There's a lawyer who has a video channel that I watch sometimes. His name's Steve Leto, and he has one of his and every video is just him telling a story about something that happened. In fact, today's video, he was talking about there was a movie that got made called Coyote versus Acme, and it's an actual movie about the Coyote goes to court to sue the Acme company because they sold him a defective rocket sled.
Remember, everything he used was a little bit defective.
Right, everything that he bought from Acme, like kind of went wrong, so he sues them.
It sounds like Acme has some real issues.
So what happened was the movie got made, and then but it got released. Its release date was like right around the same time that the Barbie movie was going to come out.
Oh, of
So
course.
what they
They're
decided
like
to do was so their accountants told them and said, look, if you take a loss on this movie, you can take a deduction of $30 million. So if you just don't release the movie, you'll actually and take it as a deduction, you'll actually make more money. But there's like all these attorneys who, out in the world that heard about this movie, and they're all up in arms because it's a trial movie.
Right.
How
often do you see those?
I want to see that.
I would.
I want to
That
see.
poor coyote.
I want to see the
Remember
coyote.
when he finally did catch? He caught the Roadrunner once.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Family Guy did a video where the coyote actually caught the Roadrunner. You know,
Beep, beep.
but then like where that video went was that the coyote, if I remember right, the coyote basically had no purpose in life anymore. So.
So depressed.
Yeah. So the next few.
Started drinking.
Yeah, he starts drinking. He's like sitting in front of a lazy boy.
What do I do now?
Like going to bars, getting in fist fights.
Oh no.
So,
All right.
yeah. Anyway,
Well, we wanted to share with you a song that we've been working on.
yeah.
We're just inspired by Christmas right now.
So yeah, and kind of part of where this comes from is that like Julie has all the stuff that she does. I have all the stuff that I do, and we do play together sometimes. And one thing that we've both been always kind of interested in is the whole notion of guitar duets. And oh, you have to open that in it'll open in Safari, but not Chrome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a weird
Okay.
thing with that.
No worries.
Yeah.
Continue on. So guitar duets.
Yeah, so we've been so we've been working on just like duet arrangements of different songs. There's there's an arrangement that we did. It's on YouTube of the song of that song "Up, Up and Away." And what we were screwing around with was that one of us plays chords, the other one plays the melody, but in certain parts, both of us are playing parts of the chord. And it's a little bit different when two guitars are playing different notes and stacking them up to get chords instead of both of us.
Yeah, because we play.
Yeah. So she played, yeah. Right. And then I play. And then together it comes out 3, 4. Right? Yeah. So,
Different.
it's something we've been kind of playing around with. So, I had this idea like at the very beginning. So I guess you're looking at her. So Julie's part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, and then my part is the two staves underneath that. So I'm playing. So I'm playing the root and the seventh, and then she's playing the fifth and the third. So it comes out 1, 2, 3, Want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll
All
play
right.
the whole thing now.
Okay, 3, 4.
Hold on.
This is my big chance. I'm playing the melody now.
Oh, darn it. I'm sorry. I didn't memorize it, everybody. So
Oh, yeah.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
So,
All right, we did it. So we're going to put out a video of that one.
yeah. So, and one of the things that sort of came up is that, like when putting together duets, I like to kind of write everything out first and then play it. And one of the things that when we were first putting this together, Julie was like really trying to play everything that was written because she knew about how much time I'd spent. But then as we were playing it in, we started realizing, I started realizing that like she's trying to stick strict to the script, and what I started telling her is like, look, loosen it up, like this is just a way to start. So she kind of puts so if you're reading the music strictly, you realize that neither one of us was playing exactly what was on the page, So the lesson I took from that was that the page it's useful to do, but it's just a starting point.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what you want to do is, I think, is just focus on making the music sound good. Make the music sound good. That's the goal. So whatever your process is to get there is what you need to do it.
But enjoy it also.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
put together a book of duets for reading, and then
Yeah. Well.
We're going to make an album.
Yeah. So
We're too late now.
Yeah. We're gonna make an album probably next year, and then we'll put the notation out as well.
Yeah.
I could share some of these with you, Alan, if you want.
well, I thought, as I was looking at that, I thought that would have been a great piece to have something like that for my sight reading class to close out the semester.
Right.
The pieces that they do with my freshman's class, and
Really.
I don't know. I'm always looking for different kind of sight reading materials that's digestible at the same time will just challenge them.
Yeah.
And I like that just because the parts were offset and trading back and forth. And I thought
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, well, it's also this whole thing is just for us when we play together, it's kind of better if we sort of toss things kind of back and forth. It just sounds better somehow. So yeah.
John, have you done any guitar ensemble type stuff at Berkeley? Like everybody's just kind of playing single note stuff. Or
There's a
songs or-
few.
When I first started
We did
teaching
Child's
at
Anthem.
Berkeley, we did Child's Anthem. When I first started teaching at Berkeley, one of the classes I taught was Chord Lab, and the other one was called Reading Lab. And for the Reading Lab classes, there's this huge library that was written by Bill Levitt of like all these different like they were divided by level, like 1 through 8, 8 being the hardest level. But they were written for 5 guitars. They're written for 5 guitars. And, each person would take a note, and it would be like listening to a sax section except playing guitar.
Yeah. So there's a book of. Like,
There's no
arrangements
book.
and
They
stuff?
were just
Oh,
charts
okay.
that Bill wrote.
Oh, okay. Are those available or?
Good question. I don't know if they are or not.
Well, because I always wanted to do a guitar ensemble like that when I was
Yeah.
when I was at the school, but I don't know. They just figured out every way to not make that possible. But that's always something I was interested in putting it together.
bronze
I
This
think
one
it-
is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to share with you this Child's Anthem. It's so fun to play. I did it with my guitar session students.
Go ahead and play it. Is that us playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 4 parts. We can send you the music too. Oh, sorry. I guess it does fade in.
There's actually 5 parts
Oh, yeah.
because of the chords is one of the parts.
When we did it at the guitar sessions, oh my gosh. I think at first nobody really knew what it was. But the first time they played it together, they were like, "Yeah!"
Yeah,
So
it's
fun.
if you don't know. So Child's Anthem is what
Toto?
album was that on?
Oh, I don't know.
So it's Toto. And-
Toto.
yeah, and it was the starter. It was the starting track on one of their albums. And it's a great little tune. Very simple, but
All the parts together really add.
Yeah.
And each part is cool and fun to play.
yeah,
It has its own.
That was really cool. But it is so hard to find written charts for guitar ensembles of like 4 or 5 guitars. It's just,
So true.
and you spend so much time if you're directing an ensemble like that, arranging those tunes to do.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, John, 2 years ago, whatever, when I was doing tunes off your albums.
Oh,
And-
right.
and-
Oh, my
and-
God.
And I did the one piece that I had to arrange for four or 5 guitars. It turned out okay, but I mean, it's just
It's
so
a
much
lot
to
of
do
work.
that. And
You got to do it in a context where you know you're going to use it often, not just
yeah.
the one, you know.
Yeah, I need to pull that back out next semester.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we can send you those. We can send you that chart too if you
Yeah.
want.
That'd be a
I
fun
got
chart.
Child's Anthem.
Yeah.
Actually,
so-
John, my senior thesis in college was a classical guitar piece arranged for 4, and if I can dig it out somewhere, I'll
Yeah.
show you guys the
Cool.
tune that I wrote for 4 guitars because
Yeah.
I
I'd love to
completely agree. It is a ton of work. to
It's a
write
lot of
for
work.
a 4 guitar. Yeah.
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 Ensemble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. It's so much work, but it's worth it. I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
There's actually, I was in a classical guitar ensemble at Berkeley.
With
And I
Dave
just
with
won-
Dave Newsom.
Yeah, and there were quite a few quartets. So you might think about looking them up, but of course it's not rock. Rock is fun to do with.
That's the hard part for like anything that's commercial guitar related. It's really, that's where the challenge is. And
Yeah.
I used to even take, this was many years ago, but I would go take a Haydn string quartet or a Mozart quartet, and I would have my guitarist play it, and I'd put a rhythm section with it, and so we
Nice.
rocked it up,
Nice.
That's a good sound.
Yeah.
It'd be like Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
So
All right, cool. So our next meeting is January 6th, if that works.
yes, so January 6th, we may have a very special guest.
We have a special guest coming.
Yeah.
We just need to confirm.
Yeah, he agreed in principle, but so I can't say who, but he hasn't given me the hard yes yet. So I think he's coming, but
He might be here in person.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It'd fit right in between us.
Maybe he can go in your room.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Right on.
So so January 6th.
January 6th,
January
7
6th,
p.m.
2025. Oh my God.
If you are not on our email list, especially for people watching on YouTube, just go to juliefin.com and you will find a whole page for John and Julie's Guitar Club.
Yeah.
And sign up. We'll send an email reminder. We won't spam you.
Yeah. JULIFINN. JULIFINN.com.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us this time, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday.
Hey, I just posted a link to the one Christmas thing I did. So
Oh, yeah,
cool.
let's watch it.
check that out.
All right.
I threw every
Remember when we
melody
forgot?
possible
Okay.
in there.
God rest ye merry melody. Okay.
First met, it was at recess.
You shared those cookies?
That's when I knew we'd be friends.
And even after all this time,
Yeah.
Yay! Oh my goodness, they all seamlessly flow together.
Yeah, that last part I just like layered. I don't know. I don't even know what I did. I'd have to like look at the session and break it all down.
There's so many things
Yeah.
happening.
It's kind of like everything I do. I record it and then I don't know what the heck I did later.
Does it really matter?
Yeah, I try to like write everything
Like-
out now because if I don't, then if I have to learn it to play it for something, at least
Oh,
I have
right.
a reference.
You gotta play it live.
Right.
Yeah.
That was genius.
Yeah, that was really great. Yeah,
That must have taken a while to program the drums too.
Yeah, the jazzy part actually came out better. I was like, how am I gonna do this? You know, but it kind of worked. So
Well, no,
a
it
lot of
definitely.
velocity.
Sound quality is great. The playing is great. The arrangement's great. Everything. Yeah, it's killing.
Yeah, it was fun. The video was one take.
Really?
No.
Well, I can see. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but it was lit nicely though.
Alan got it.
Right on.
Yeah. All right, very cool. So we'll see you guys on January 6th. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool. So in the meantime, so just a quick reminder about the Two Monkeys Jump Back video. So
Do you
what?
have a deadline?
Huh?
Do you have a deadline?
We haven't really set a deadline. You know, maybe I'd like to get it out early 2025.
Maybe we should set a deadline. That way, I'll get it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want in, it's got to be this date, and then I'll.
New Year's Eve.
Okay.
New Year's Day.
Next one.
New Year's Day. Okay.
January 6th.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Before January 6th.
All right. Cool.
All right. So again, record the video. Record two complete cycles of the chord progression. It's about 2 minutes or so. And when you do this, when you do the solo, send us a video of your performance with the music plus the solo, and then send a separate audio track of just the guitar. You know, because what I'll do is I'll put your video in, and then I'm going to put I'm going to have the backing track running as a separate audio track, and then I'm going to put your guitar solo on top of that in sync with your video. You know, so so send it that way, and you'll send it to jfinn@berkeley.edu. All right. Any questions? Just send us an email. And awesome. Have a great holiday, you guys.
Yeah, so fun to see you all. Thank you for joining us every single month.
Yeah.
Thanks for hosting.
Yes.
Yes, thanks for sending out the email because I didn't think about it. And I was sitting at work today and the email came in. I was like, oh, I got to do that tonight. I'm going to go back. So
I'm glad it helped.
We're glad you came, Alan. Greg, welcome, man.
All right, we'll see you all next time.